I'm Christina Warner McInnes. Did you know that 80% of DIY homeowners have a lawn or garden, and over 70% are dissatisfied? Why do so many people religiously visit their garden centers every spring to buy expensive fertilizers, only to see mediocre or no results? When I worked in my family's lawn and garden center, bewildered customers would ask this question, and I always responded, "Can you show me your soil test?" When they responded with a blank look, I would say, "Your doctor wouldn't prescribe medicine without a diagnosis or a blood test, right?" Well, your plants and their soil are no different. Like a blood test, a lab-based soil test measures nutrient levels in your soil and, based on decades of research on crop nutrient requirements, determines the exact amount of each of your specific crop needs for optimal growth. The total amount of each nutrient you need depends on the size of your growing area. A typical lab-based soil test measures 4 basic things: pH, macronutrients, organic matter, and micronutrients. A. Your pH, that is the alkalinity or acidity of your soil, is perhaps the most important because if the pH is incorrect for your crop, the plant won't be able to absorb fertilizer, no matter how much you put down. B. The correct amount of macronutrients. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are also critical. That's why all fertilizer bags list the amount of N, P, and K. Nitrogen, for example, provides the fuel for your crop. If your soil has too little, growth is retarded. Too much, and the plants burn. Phosphorus is the key to root health. Too little, and the roots are compromised. Too much, and they die back, suffocating the plant. But the amount of macronutrients required depends on the crop. For example, a Bermuda lawn needs 3 times more nitrogen than a centipede lawn. Without a soil test, there's no way to know if you have too much or too little of each of these nutrients. C. Organic matter is most important for water retention, microbial development, and aeration. If your soil lacks organic matter, it will render your fertilizing useless. D. Lastly, improperly balanced micronutrients such as boron and copper can be the key to nagging problems, but homeowners often overlook these entirely. There are also financial and environmental reasons for lab-based soil testing. If your pH is wrong, for example, all your fertilizer will do is pollute the environmental runoff because the grass can't absorb it. Most consumer-grade fertilizers have enormous amounts of phosphorus. Unlike nitrogen, which is consumed quickly and needs regular replenishment, phosphorus is very stable and builds up over time when the application rate exceeds the needs of the soil and crop. This is why the USDA recommends that all lawn owners and home gardeners perform an annual soil test. It can help save your local waterways from the algae blooms and red tides and save you from wasting your investment. Commercial farmers perform soil tests seasonally for just these reasons. It makes sense to follow their example. Most DIYers are unhappy with their lawn and gardens because they don't start with healthy soil. Healthy soil starts with a lab-based soil test.